Good afternoon. I'm not really one for putting up these mid-afternoon lives, but I do see that we're catching a little bit of attraction on what I put up this morning, and I just wanted to update people and let you know what's going on. What's up, Izzy, Lizzie? What's happening? Um, so guys, I've been informed by my lawyers quite often in recent weeks that bills need to be paid. I get it. I've taken a little bit of a hiatus from, running auctions and all of this kind of thing. And because really, truthfully, I feel people's pain. I know what's going on. I understand, but I need to clear the air. And this is going to be, along with a lot of this, I understand a lot of you respect me and understand my situation. At the same time, I feel that there's a lot of people out there that don't have the clarity that they need with regards to recent events. I understand. I went for a trip. Okay, I went for a vacation to Cuba. When I went to Cuba, I fell in love with the strife and the heartache and the struggle that the Cuban people are suffering, and it brought a real good eye opener to me. And I wanted to bring out, the humanitarian side in what I felt was a calling. Now, ladies and gentlemen, when I went to Cuba, I didn't pay for it. I want you to know that. I didn't pay for the Cuba trip. My fiance surprised me at Christmas time to say, "You deserve a vacation." And I've saved a little bit of money off my TikTok money that she made, and I bought us a trip. And anybody that goes to Cuba knows how cheap the trips to Cuba are. And if you shop properly, you can get a very discounted trip. And that's what she did. Now, that's no fault to her, no fault to me. But understand that I'm bringing up this update because my lawyers have mentioned that we need to get back onto fundraising. Now, I didn't want to, go about this with saying, you know what, guys, feel sorry for me, blah, blah, blah. That's not what I'm saying. But what I think a lot of people need to see and hear and get some clarity on is I've moved to Montreal. I've had 3 job prospects since I've been here. The problem is my French. My French isn't up to par, and I need to keep practicing before I'm eligible for a position here. That doesn't go without saying that I have been looking for work continuously here in Quebec. But now I've gone and tried something that is out of my scope that I do not do ever. And what I put in was I talked to the people at Give Send Go, and Chris Guerra, who is from Adopt a Trucker, has put in a call to the owner of Give Send Go, and they said, well, do a Give Send Go using our platform. My lawyers are saying, from Brian as well and from Natasha, that money is still owed for what is going on. I live off a pension, ladies and gentlemen, that is $1,300 a month for my disability that I have. But I need to show you guys something, and I want you to see this because I don't want people to think that, oh, Pat's, he's just scamming, and I get it. And I'm very transparent when it comes to this. So I want to show you what I earned over the year. And I know everybody, it's none of your business, none of people's business, Pat, but I feel it is my business. I feel it is my business on the basis of what it is that I actually make and what I made for the year. So I'm going to show you that is the amount that I've earned off my pension in 1 year. So for all those that are, being negative about me putting up a Give Send Go, that is how much I've made off my pension. Now, I understand. I don't need to show people this. I don't need to explain myself. I understand, but I want to put this out there for people to get a kind of understanding of the situation that I'm in. You see, I don't have big financial backers. I don't have people paying into fundraising events and news media agencies to help fund my lawyer fees. So not only that, the government of Canada come at me and have actually penalized me, and I owe $17,563 to the Canadian government under CRA. The problem is I want to come clear and show folks exactly what situation is that I'm in, so you understand. In the Give, Send, Go, and I'll show that for you guys here, I've already posted, and I want people to know this, and I've posted this for you so you can see it's on my page. The Give, Send, Go allows me and you, the donator or the audience, to have an opportunity to get receipts. Along with it gets transferred over to the lawyers, and the lawyers will show you the receipts. I have all the receipts from Brian as well that I want to show people. Hang on. Because I feel people are, and you have every right to judge, okay? You have every right to judge. Because obviously, a lot of other people haven't divulged their receipts. And the speculation for everybody, hang on. The speculation for everybody is, where's the money? So I'm going to go and pull these up. Maybe I wasn't a little ready for this, but these are the conversations between myself and my lawyer. So my lawyer has been divulging receipts for everything on all of this stuff, and I'll post this for people so you can see exactly what it is that's been paid. But my lawyers are very transparent as to how much is being donated, who's donated what, and they show me, and I provide the receipts for everybody. Guys, I ain't in this for no reason other than to hopefully not allow these cases to set a precedence in Canada. As a lot of people don't know and aren't aware, the Crown has doubled down and manipulated the justice system to reappeal my case. When they reappeal your case, understandably, the Crown is in charge of all the documents because it was them that filed it. But it still costs my lawyer, me and my lawyer, to get all the documents and then look through the documents. That's time and hours. And then also, not only that, to file what's called a factum back at the Crown to state why we need to throw this appeal out. The process is the punishment. I understand that, but I want people to understand. Look, I may have went on a vacation, unbeknownst to me, it was a gift, and I understand that, and I get people's speculations, and I really want people to just know from me, from the bottom of my heart, I was forever grateful to be able to go on that trip. I haven't been on a trip since 2020, and it's been quite a while, 6 years. And for her to do that for me was the biggest show of love, because she knew how much I needed a break to get away. So for anybody that's out there that you want to have the negative comments about that, I understand. I get it. But you see, there were other people that were doing this while I was in jail, and they were taking trips to Europe. They were taking trips across Canada. None of you has batted an eyelash at that. In fact, for the amount of followers on my page, I would think $1 from everybody that followed me, I wouldn't have been in this mess. But I had to struggle for 2.5 years to try and get just enough to be able to oversee my trial. I understand times are tough. I'm not sitting here playing a poor me. What I am doing is I want to mention to you guys how I'm grateful for everybody's help. I'm grateful for what everybody else has done. I'm grateful for everybody's help, love, support, prayers, all of that. But right now I'm in a situation where I still owe 20 some $1,000s to Natasha, and now I'm owing more for this appeal process. Freedom isn't free. Just so you know. Hi. What are you doing, my little schoolmarm?
Well, because I didn't realize that you still alive and I didn't make the bed, and I feel like it's.
I didn't make the bed and I didn't care. It's a little bit of an intimate look into my life that I have, and it is what it is. And I know for a lot of people, you sit there and you tell me, you don't need to say this, Pat. You don't. I feel I do. I feel that I do have to tell you and be transparent and be open and honest with everybody. Because I see a lot of people aren't open and honest about what they're doing. And I pride myself on my honesty. I don't even want to go on what some other people have tried to do to me in trying to make my life even harder. But those people, you know who you are. You tried to have me arrested. You tried to have me, breached and put in jail. Those charges got dropped because of your false allegations. And now again, coming at me for money that I don't have, you're just showing your evil vindictiveness when you knew it was a donation. Not only did you know it was a donation, in fact, I said I didn't want you to donate it. You still did anyway. And then I said, when I have all my money back, when it does happen, I will pay that money back. But instead, you manipulated and you added and tacked on more finances on it because that's your evil vindictiveness. You know that the amount that you filed is incorrect. You know what you're doing. And I just showed you how much I make a month, a year, $20,000. That's below the fucking poverty line, pardon my language. That's below the poverty line. Poverty line is 30,000. I'm $10,000 below that. But you see, nobody can see that. Nobody can understand that. Nobody gives a shit about that. I make it by, I have just enough to pay my rent, to pay my insurance. Actually, not my insurance, because I pay my insurance once a year. So I don't have incurring bill payments a month. And I pay my child support off $20,000 a year. So please just have the understanding and don't hate on me. I'm asking politely. I've had to go in and show people, this is the amount. Sophie showed the amount of the trip that she paid for even. Like, this is how transparent we are. And when you saw the amount of the trip was so low in cost. People were like, are you kidding me? You went to Cuba on that cheap of a price? Guys, when I shop for flights to travel to go visit my kids, I find flights at the darkest hours of night at $200 round trip. We all know the cost of flying across Canada is ridiculous. But we actually shop for discounts. We're the most frugal people you've ever met. My fiance can buy Gucci clothes for 10 cents. This is how amazing she is. She dressed me for a court case on $2, and I was wearing an Armani jacket. So I just want people to understand my situation a little bit more and understand the struggle that I go through that I don't show the public. I don't go on here begging. I don't go on here crying. I don't play on emotions. But deep down, I struggle every day to bring some sense of freedom to my life. So to the people out there that are saying you owe all this money, you need to pay this, you need to pay that, how am I supposed to pay that at $20,000 a year when we have an agreement that I stated and you failed to show that in your court papers? That we had an agreement that I would pay it once everything was unfrozen? The second my bank accounts were unfrozen, they refroze everything in escrow. These people are sick, twisted, evil, and really straight up, truthfully, the most horrendous people I've ever met in my life. And that's why you're no longer in my life. I saw the disgusting hearts from these people, and I could not have them around me anymore. So now I'm here, and I'm going to show you, because I'm rather impressed by people, that for all the people that know my struggle, and let me share this again. I just want to show that in the time it has been going, in 3 hours, we have already raised $530. So to everybody in there, in 3 hours, $530, I thank you. And I will cut that check and switch it over to lawyers, and I will be totally 100% transparent. I understand that, Cass Stewart, and I appreciate you saying that. But you see, under what I do, the scrutiny that I go under every day, the magnifying glass, the microscope that people analyze me with, I just want to stay true to who I am and be 100% transparent and honest with everybody. If you look, I want to read this to you and what I wrote. The journey so far. Hey there, friends. I'm reaching out to you from a place of deep gratitude and hope. As many of you know, my journey has been anything but ordinary lately. The last few months have been tough, tougher than any battle I've faced before. But here's where the real heart of our story begins. It all started with a peaceful protest that turned into a whirlwind of unexpected challenges. From standing up for what you believe in to suddenly finding yourself at odds with legal battles and polarized media attention. Life has thrown curveballs left and right, but amidst the chaos, there's one thing I've learned. Every small act of kindness can grow into something mighty. Imagine facing not just months, but years of legal battles ahead, all while trying to rebuild your life and career after such a public ordeal. It's daunting, overwhelming even. The costs are piling up, lawyer fees, court costs, everyday living expenses without steady income. Every day seems like an uphill battle, fighting for every chance at justice, freedom, and normalcy. I believe in the power of community, the strength we hold when we stand together, united by a common cause or purpose. This campaign is about more than just me. It's about all of us coming together against injustice, supporting one another during times, and believing that every small contribution can make an enormous difference. I need your help to keep fighting, not only for my sake, but for the message we stand for as a community. Justice must prevail over fear. Compassion should guide our actions, and freedom of expression remains sacred no matter what challenges arise along the way. Your support could mean everything. Every dollar counts in this fight against time and bureaucracy, whether it's $5 or $100. Every contribution makes a difference. This isn't just about me. It's about preserving our rights, standing up for what we believe in, and showing the world that together we can overcome any obstacle. Thank you from the bottom of my heart if you decide to support this cause close to my heart, whether financially or through spreading awareness. Together, let's turn pain into purpose, hardship into a story worth telling, a story where hope always wins in the end. With all your hearts, your ally and friend, thank you. Guys, that is me. That is what I stand for. And that's what I've been doing for this whole time throughout everything I've done. I appreciate everybody coming in and just hearing this. I felt it more personal for me to say this to people without having to write a post after post after post. Just know that the struggle is real. My life, my private life, is a struggle. I put a smile on my face every morning when I wake up, but deep down inside, I'm stressed out of the wazoo. I have a beautiful fiance who does a great job at keeping me calm and keeping my heart calm. All the while, I deal with the struggles of Chris and Tamara. I deal with the struggles of a psychotic ex-girlfriend and her mother. I deal with a lot of nonsense in the background that I try to keep somewhat contained. And for me and for everybody out there, that's my private life and not anybody's business. But you see, when I reached out to Chris and Tamara to ask for help, to try and bring some attention to the campaign that I'm going under, I got told to kick rocks. Well, after knowing what I know and bringing out the receipts and the truth, I get threatened to shut my mouth. Well, that just shows me you've got something to hide. And instead of coming to the table and apologizing for what they did, instead they went and attacked my spouse. They went and attacked Sophie, saying that she had to sleep her way into a social circle. Instead of just trying to say, you know what, Pat, we're friggin' sorry what we did to you. We're sorry what we did to everybody else. Now leave us alone and move on. Gladly. But instead, you resorted to this. So this is what I'm saying. My life has become an immense struggle. But all the while, I put on a smile and I move throughout the day, hoping that the next day is going to be better. If anybody cares to, go to my page. The Give, Send, Go is there. If you can't help financially, I get it. I, of all people, get it. Just share it. Share the post to a friend, a loved one, a family member, to an organization, to somebody out there that you might think will help. And that's all I'm asking. I get that people are struggling, and I get that people are in hard times. Hell yeah, I get it. That's all I'm asking. For anybody who cares to, want to just spread the word, spread the message. And tonight, for everybody, I want to share this one. I've got my lawyer. I've got my lawyer and my close confidant, Byron Carr, coming on tonight. So Brian Duty is the lawyer that was able to get a few of the gentlemen that were arrested. Some, I think there's another female as well that got arrested. And he was able to get them off their charges. And Brian felt when he heard the appeal that he needed to help. He needed to help because he sees what I'm going through, and he's even reduced the costs of the lawyer fees to be not as immense as Natasha's costs were, because he understands the importance of this case and what the Crown is doing. We also have lawyer fees going to litigation lawyers to sue the pants off the Crown and the federal government. And we haven't even touched that yet. Gary, I see that. Can you work? Maybe someone could offer you a job. Absolutely, I can work. Absolutely. But I live in Quebec, and you have to speak French. And I'm practicing, and I'm trying. Je parle français un peu. Je parle comme ci, comme ça. Me, I get nervous, and I shy away from speaking the language. But absolutely, if anybody's willing to offer me a job, I will gladly take it. I will never deny that. But all this live was to share out with you guys the help I can get, and maybe somebody can find it in their hearts to share it to somebody who this would resonate with. That's all I wanted to share with you guys today. I just wanted to come on because I'm tired of having to go to post to comment after comment after comment to bring up what it is we're standing for. I'm done apologizing about the whole trip stuff. I'm done apologizing for not working. I'm done all of that. Share this live out and show people. In fact, I'll even post my financial situation on here for everybody out there. If you care to help and you care to hang on. If you care to help, let me take this copy. I'll put it in the chat. There's the destination in the chat. Oh, YouTube rejected your comment. Oh, no. YouTube rejected your comment. This usually means they think it's spam. Try changing it a bit. It's in there for Facebook. The link is there for you guys in the comments. And it's in there for YouTube. If you care to help, you want to help, I appreciate it. If not, I also understand. I understand more than anybody. Fly in, fly out jobs available. Valerie, I would absolutely take a fly in, fly out job. So that's where we're at. Yeah, Rodney, I get it. You make less than $50K a year and you work full time. Trust me, bro. I get it. I get it. But that's it. That's all I wanted to share with you guys. Much appreciated. Thanks for coming in. And know that I'm always transparent with everything that I show. Just so you know, receipts will be given. Sorry I had to do this, but I just felt it upon myself. I need transparency with me. I need accountability with me. I hold myself to a higher standard than a lot of people hold their own selves to. So this is my way of just being open with you guys. Thanks.
Even a blind man can see what we are all seeing, and yet you're trying to gaslight us into pretending like it's just all regular and that we are the bad guys. That is the truth. The truth does hurt, and people want to know who killed Charlie Kirk.
It's like a radiant beacon on a hill, drawing you close and holds you still. Carried by gentle warriors, clothed in God's will. Shadows try to hide the beams, but it shines bright for all who see. Truth can't be put out. Silence trampled by violence. It's a roaring flame proclaims can't be restrained. Won't bend a knee, sets the captives free. Right here alive, yeah, you and me. Truth, yeah, truth. Thinking of those who carried the torch in their day, dreaming their dreams, walking their faith. Fearless of sharing Jesus' ways, paving the way. Sacrifice is not forgotten, but your light spreads love, still living.